A would-be robber tried to hold up a business but ended up trapped inside. Tonight on our news, how customers help police catch him. Plus, a repeat child sex offender back behind bars after prosecutors say 2 teens were assaulted last month. And imagine living on an island with just one ATM and it's been broken for weeks. That's the reality for residents in San Salvador now struggling to access cash. Then in our news at 7:30, the public back and forth between government and GBPA heating up following the landmark arbitration ruling. We'll tell you the new exchange between the Prime Minister and GBPA co-chairman Rupert Hayward as both sides weigh in on the future of Freeport. Our news live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candido Knowles. A would-be armed robber is in custody tonight after a dramatic attempted holdup at a Robinson Road business ended with police shooting the suspect. Police say quick action by customers helped trap the gunman inside the store, giving officers a chance to move in. They say it all unfolded just after 11 o'clock last night when police received a 911 call about a robbery in progress. Officers attached to Operation Black Scorpion responded and were told a masked gunman had entered the business and demanded cash from the register. But police say as the robbery was happening, customers who managed to get outside took action, parking a car across the store's entrance, blocking the suspect from escaping. When police arrived, they say bystanders told them the armed robber was still inside. Officers say they entered through a side door where they say they spotted the suspect heading towards the exit. Police say when the man saw them, he pointed his gun at officers and they opened fire, shooting him in the arm and shoulder. The suspect retreated further into the building, but after a short standoff, police say he surrendered and was taken into custody. He was taken to hospital for treatment. However, police have not released details about his condition. And a man who previously served 6 years in prison for raping a child he met on Facebook is back behind bars tonight. He's now accused of sexually assaulting 2 teenage girls. Prosecutors say 37-year-old Jamal Daniels attacked the girls aged 15 and 16 last month. And according to prosecutors, Daniels allegedly assaulted the 16-year-old on February 23rd and the younger girl the following day. Daniels appeared before Magistrate Abigail Farrington, where he faced charges of rape and unlawful sexual intercourse. Bail was denied, and he has been remanded to custody. He's expected back in court on June 10th. All right, residents in San Salvador say accessing cash has become a daily struggle after the island's only automatic banking machine went out of service nearly a month ago. For many, that single machine is their primary way to access money. Now, with it down, residents say they are forced to line up at the bank just to complete simple transactions. One resident, Elaine Williams, telling our news the situation has become increasingly frustrating.
Everybody has to go into the bank just to do a simple withdrawal. You know, if somebody want a withdrawal, it's just simple for them to just go to the ATM and do it. People has to go to the bank and wait to the bank like before 9 o'clock just to get in the bank for 9:30, and it's a bit frustrating. You know, some people meet you to the bank, then they come after you, they try to jump the line, and it's extremely frustrating, especially on a Monday and Tuesday morning at the bank.
And Williams telling our news the problem is made worse by limited banking hours, claiming the bank closes on Wednesdays, leaving residents with even fewer options. It's a challenge many family island communities face living in a modern world, but often with limited or unreliable access to basic technology and services. Williams says the situation also impacting small businesses.
Well, a lot of persons had called the bank trying to get them to come up to fix it because it often goes down. They've been here about maybe 2 months ago to fix it, and it's back down again. But for me as a business person, like I say, me and other persons would have to go to the bank, especially when we need to do orders to catch the boat. You have to be there like 8:30 to wait to the bank on the line just to get in the bank first to avoid all the drama and all the line on the bank.
And the bank in question is actually Bank of the Bahamas, and we're learning that there may soon be some relief. Bank officials telling our news a replacement ATM has arrived on the island, and the bank now working with local contractors to install the machine. The bank also apologizing to customers for any inconvenience. And the Bahamas expanding its global diplomatic network as two foreign envoys formally presented their credentials at Government House this week. Ambassador of the Republic of Italy, Marco Pirinacci, presented his credentials to Governor General Dame Cynthia Pratt during a ceremony on Monday. Officials say the appointment is expected to strengthen cooperation between the Bahamas and Italy, particularly in areas like environmental protection and sustainable development. Also presenting his credentials, Khalilur Rahman, the High Commissioner of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. The government says both appointments reflect the Bahamas' continued commitment to building and strengthening diplomatic relationships around the world. And a Bohemian advocate who has spent more than 4 decades fighting for victims of domestic violence is receiving international recognition for her work. Dr. Sandra Dean Patterson, founder of Bahamas Crisis Center, was presented with the Points of Light Award during a special visit from British High Commissioner to the Bahamas, Smita Rossetti, on Wednesday. The award, which was established under the patronage of the late Queen Elizabeth II, recognizes individuals who have made exceptional contributions to their communities. Rossetti says the timing of the presentation is also meaningful, with International Women's Day fast approaching.
I wanted to come, and to come at this time in particular, given International Women's Day is fast approaching, because I have this award to present to you. This is a Points of Light Award, which is a Commonwealth initiative that was begun by Her late Majesty the Queen, Queen Elizabeth II. And a decision was taken, and all those decisions were actually personally approved by Her Majesty to award Dr. Sandra Dean Patterson a Points of Light recognition for all that you do in the community here in the Bahamas.
Dean Patterson founded Bahamas Crisis Center in 1982 and has spent more than 40 years advocating for survivors of domestic violence. Her work has been recognized both locally and internationally. In 1997, she received Bahamas Order of Merit Award. In 2011, the U.S. State Department's International Woman of Courage Award, and in 2014, Bohemian Icon Award for Humanitarianism. But Dean Patterson says the impact of the Crisis Center would not be possible without the many volunteers who have supported the organization over the years.
And it's a double honor for me to receive it. It may be late, but it's never too late, right? To receive something with the Queen's signature, right? Yeah. So thank you so much. Let me just say that I may be the face of the Crisis Center, but the work of the Crisis Center is done by our volunteers. And our volunteers do all sorts of things. They answer the hotline, they go to court to support victims of violence, they go to police stations to support victims when they go there, they go in the schools, we do all sorts of things. And answer the hotline in their own homes at night. And so I accept this on their behalf.
All right, and congratulations to Dr. Dean Patterson on her recognition from all of us here at Our News and the RTV network. We've got much more to get to tonight, but for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he is in the Weather Center. Greg, happy Friday.
Yeah, thanks, Gideon, and happy TGIF, everybody. What a week we had. Breezy conditions, rough hazardous boating and beaching conditions out there. and it's going to continue through the weekend. We are warm outside our studios right now with 76 degrees. Our current temperature passing clouds. Your winds out of the east-northeast at 60 miles per hour. They've come down a bit since last evening, but your feels-like temperature still feel like 75 degrees on the outside. Current temperatures right now around the Family Violence. It's 77 in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and in Allenstown, Bimini, and over in Governor's Harbour. 74, Marsh Harbour, Abaco. 76 in Great Harbour, Keys, Berry Islands, Nicholstown, North Andros here in the capital. Central Bahamas, 77 in Kemps Bay, South Andros. 75s, Black Point, Exuma, Keys, Port Nelson, Rumkey, Coburn Townsend, Salvador. 74 on Arthurstown, Kid Island. And then we have Georgetown, Exuma, as well as Deadman's Key at 76. And into the southeast Bahamas, 78s, Duncantown, Ragged Island, Abrahams Bay, and Providenciales, Tricks and Caicos Islands. Prayer of 77s in Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay. Matthew Town in Agua, you are the warm spot right now at 80 degrees. Satellite radar composite, we have that high pressure ridge still jutting out there across the Atlantic and across the Bahamas and into the Gulf. That's continuing to provide us with some very breezy conditions. We have a couple of spotty showers moving across the chain of islands with that moisture being picked up. Some of those are just to the west of Grand Bahama and west of Andros. This regime will continue tomorrow as that high pressure system remains in charge throughout the weekend. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, we check in at the SEC tournament. Coach Yo and his squad get ready to take on the toughest conference in the nation.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Meet the voices who want your vote. Coming to the RTV lineup, Candidates Catalog, a show that throws political heavyweights and newcomers into headline-grabbing challenges. Join Megan Shepard as she dissects candidates' promises, pasts, and personas. Candidates Catalog, where strategy collides with conscience. Only on RTV.
From the K-9 unit to the precision movement of officers on the parade, to the boys in blue hair on the SWAT team, to the police canteen, to the legal department. Join me, Jasmine Brown, over the next few weeks as I continue my annual Police Month series, where I'll take a look at several divisions within the Royal Bahamas Police Force. You can catch the stories on Our News starting at 7 p.m., as well as log on to the Our News social media pages.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. A strong first half set the tone for Ole Miss, and they opened the SEC basketball tournament with a win over Auburn. Coach Yo's 24th ranked squad got off to a fast start and took a 73-57 win over the Tigers. With the win, Ole Miss advances to face one of the top teams in the country tonight, number 5 Vanderbilt, with a trip to the semis on the line. Back on January 30th, Ole Miss pulled off the upset, defeating the Commodores 83-75. The latest world rankings from FIBA have been released, and the Bahamas men's national team is continuing to climb. The Bahamas has moved up 3 spots in the new rankings to number 49 in the world, marking the first time in program history the country has cracked the top 50. The Bahamas now holds 290.4 ranking points in the updated standings. The move also places the Bahamas third among Caribbean nations, trailing only Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic in the Americas region. The University of the Bahamas men's soccer team continued its dominant run this season, delivering another lopsided performance to remain unbeaten. The Mingos wasted no time taking control of their latest matchup, a 6-0 win over Baja Juniors at the Roscoe Davies soccer field. The Mingos will look to keep that momentum going when they return to the field Sunday to take on United FC. And of course, your 10YS Plays of the Week.
That would do it for our sports. Stay tuned to our news at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as faith leaders, civil rights activists, and former U.S. presidents gathered in Chicago to honor the life and legacy of civil rights icon Jesse Jackson. Plus, millions of Cubans left in the dark after a massive blackout shut down much of the country's power grid this week. Officials say restoration is underway. And despite gang violence and political turmoil, life in Haiti's capital said to still be moving forward. But the streets of Port-au-Prince tell a different story. We'll show you the latest footage coming out of the gang-controlled capital when our news returns.
Meet the voices who want your vote. Coming to the RTV lineup, Candidates Catalog, a show that throws political heavyweights and newcomers into headline-grabbing challenges. Join Megan Shepard as she dissects candidates' promises, pasts, and personas. Candidates Catalog, where strategy collides with conscience. Only on RTV.
From the K-9 unit to the precision movement of officers on the parade, to the boys in blue hair on the SWAT team, to the police canteen, to the legal department. Join me, Jasmine Brown, over the next few weeks as I continue my annual Police Month series, where I'll take a look at several divisions within the Royal Bahamas Police Force. You can catch the stories on Our News starting at 7 p.m., as well as log on to the Our News social media pages.
For more than a century, the Royal Bahamas Police Force has been the face of law and order. Established in 1840 with only 16 men, it's become one of the largest law enforcement agencies in the country, employing hundreds of police officers. They've not only fought crime, but also built safer communities. And this March, in honor of Police Month, join me, Jasmine Brown, every week as we introduce you to the brave men and women who risk their lives every day to keep us safe.
It only takes a second for things to go wrong. Are you prepared? Don't become a statistic. Follow these simple rules. Leave early, obey road signs, wear seatbelts, invest in hands-free devices, and don't.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Thousands gathered in Chicago Friday to celebrate the life of civil rights leader Jesse Jackson, who died last month at the age of 84. He died February 17th following a battle with progressive supranuclear palsy. Jackson, a Baptist minister and longtime ally of the late Martin Luther King Jr., spent decades advocating for civil rights, economic justice, and political empowerment. The service at the House of Hope Arena drew supporters, faith leaders, and prominent political figures, including former presidents Joe Biden and Barack Obama.
But this man, Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson, inspires us to take a harder path. His voice calls on each of us to be heralds of change, to be messengers of hope, to step forward and say, send me. Wherever we have a chance to make an impact, whether it's in our school, or our workplaces, or our neighborhoods, or our cities. Not for fame, not for glory, or because success is guaranteed, but because it gives our life purpose. Because it aligns with what our faith tells us God demands. And because if we don't step up, no one else will.
And Cuba's electrical grid brought back online Thursday after a massive blackout left much of the country without power for about 16 hours. State electric company Union Electrica said the outage was triggered Wednesday when the Antonio Guterres thermoelectric plant about 100 kilometers east of Havana shut down unexpectedly. Energy Ministry officials said fuel shortages made the system more vulnerable to failure, linking the problem to reduced oil supplies to the island. Officials say power generation remains below normal levels, with about 590 megawatts online, compared with the country's typical capacity of just under 2,000 megawatts. In Havana, local utility officials said about 36% of the city had electricity restored as crews continue to bring more areas back online gradually. The blackout, the latest in a series of power failures in Cuba, where an aging electric grid and fuel shortages have led to repeated outages in recent years.
In my house, the power goes out every day. It goes out every night. Many times I wake up without power. The power goes out again. And now, with this that no one expected, it's worse. Because yesterday I got home at night without power. Today I woke up without power. I did things with a rechargeable light bulb, but it only lasted, 5 minutes.
Meanwhile, Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva is speaking out in defense of Cuba, saying the island's humanitarian struggles are being made worse by United States policy. Lula said Wednesday that Cubans are going hungry because, in his words, they are being denied access to basic goods. The Brazilian leader made the comments while criticizing actions by the U.S. government against the communist-run island. Cuba has long blamed U.S. sanctions and economic restrictions for its deepening economic crisis, which has been marked by shortages of food, fuel, and medicine. Washington, however, maintains that its policies target the Cuban government and not the island's people. And residents of Port-au-Prince, Haiti, continued their daily routines this week despite the country's ongoing security crisis. This recent Reuters video from the capital showed mostly empty streets, with some students leaving school and a small number of shopkeepers opening their businesses. Haiti has been struggling with gang violence and political instability for several years now. The crisis intensified following the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021. The United Nations reports that by 2024, armed gangs were estimated to control about 80% of the capital. And TikTok said this week that it will not implement end-to-end encryption for direct messages, saying the feature could make it harder to protect users. End-to-end encryption, known as E2EE, allows only the sender and the recipient to read message content. Competing platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, and Messenger, have adopted the technology to strengthen user privacy. But TikTok officials say full encryption would limit the company's ability and that of law enforcement to detect and investigate harmful or illegal content shared in private messages. The announcement comes amid ongoing international scrutiny of TikTok, including concerns in the U.S. and other countries about data security and the app's links to China. TikTok says its current approach is designed to protect users, particularly younger audiences, while continuing to moderate content on the platform. Still to come in our news, today in history, find out interesting facts about the day that was March 6th. Then in our news at 7:30, Grand Bahama residents getting the chance to question political leaders directly during a community forum Thursday night. Education and autism support among the issues raised. Party leader Michael Pintard making questions. And a disturbing case as a Defense Force Marine on trial, accused of having unlawful sex with a child he met on Instagram. Prosecutors say it was a years-long sexual relationship. We'll tell you how the case is now playing out in court when our news returns.
Conflict doesn't have to end in chaos. Before it escalates, take a breath. Step back. Choose peace. Listen to understand. Respectful conversations lead to real solutions. I am Sergeant 3599 Johnson of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, urging you, let's talk it out, not fight it out.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest-running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters. It's time to break the silence. If someone is hurting you, speak up. We will listen. We will help. I am Police Constable 4286 Sinead Douglas of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Let us build safer communities together.
On this day in Bohemian history, in 1835, St. John's Native Baptist Church on Meeting Street was dedicated. 1616, Donald Webster Davis, godfather of education, was born. Or that was 1916. He actually introduced innovations like Parents' Teachers' Day and the Cambridge exams. He died in 1971. In 1963, Yama Bahama William Horatio Butler Jr. fought his last professional match in Bimini against Harry Monroe. And in 2013, a fire broke out at police headquarters on East Street. Embers from a routine burn caused minor damage but were quickly contained. If you want to learn more about the events that shaped the day that was, head over to ournews.bs. And of course, that's where you will find all of today's top stories. And remember, you can share your favorite stories right from the Our News Bahamas Facebook page. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. But up now with the latest headlines is Atalia Hall Thomas. Atalia Hall Thomas.
Ken, you've been saying it all week.
All
week. I'm sure the audience, they've heard it.
First week down. It's Mrs. Atalia Hall Thomas.
Thank you so much, Candido.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. That's all about us.
Well, coming up, we've got this programming note for you tonight. Our TV will be bringing you live coverage of the BAISS Track and Field Championships next week, Monday through Wednesday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can watch all the action live on Channel 212 or stream it on our Facebook page as some of the country's top student athletes compete for championship honors. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, a 30-year-old Marine with the Royal Bahamas Defense Force is now on trial after prosecutors allege he engaged in an illegal sexual relationship with a child he met on Instagram. Also, police in Harper Island arrest 5 people, including a 17-year-old, after more than $20,000 worth of marijuana was reportedly discovered inside a home on the island. Plus, the public exchange continues following the arbitration ruling between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority. Co-chairman Rupert Hayward and Prime Minister Philip Davis write open letters. And later, a community forum in Grand Bahama giving residents a chance to engage directly with political leaders. The Free National Movement was featured Thursday night. The story when Our News Live at 7:30 returns.
Do you think you know domestic violence? Think again. It is not just physical, emotional, financial, or sexual abuse, and it doesn't discriminate. If you feel intimidated, harassed, or manipulated, you're not alone. The Bahamas Crisis Center
and the Domestic Violence Task Force are here. I am Sergeant 3992 Tamika Neely. Let's break the silence on domestic violence. Let's create safer communities.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, in Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall-Thomas. First tonight, a 30-year-old Royal Bahamas Defense Force Marine is on trial after prosecutors say he carried out an illegal sexual relationship with a child who he met on Instagram. Van Miller faces 5 counts of unlawful sexual intercourse with a person under 14 for incidents that allegedly took place between September 2021 and March 9, 2023. The victim, now 16, alleged that she and Miller had daily hookups from she was 11 until they were caught on March 9th. Miller picked up the then 13-year-old from her mother's house while her mother was out. They went to Grace Community Church where they had sex in his car. When Miller went to drop the teen home, her mother was already there and he pulled off. But the mother followed them and called the police, who stopped the car near C.I. Gibson High School. Although the girl said she had a relationship with Miller, she couldn't legally give consent. Miller remains on bail as his trial continues before Justice Neil Brathwaite. A convicted killer has lost a bid to reopen his appeal. Marvin Edgecombe is serving a 20-year sentence for manslaughter in the 2017 fatal stabbing of his friend David Hanna in Acklands. The Court of Appeal dismissed Edgecombe's appeal against conviction and sentence in 2023, but Edgecombe asked for a do-over after claiming that his previous lawyer did not do a good job. The request was denied because appeals are only reopened in exceptional circumstances. A 17-year-old was among 5 people arrested after more than $20,000 worth of marijuana was stashed in a Harbor Island home. It was all thanks to a joint operation between the Luther Division and police and the Defense Force officers from the New Providence base Operation Black Scorpion. It happened around 4 p.m. on Thursday. That's when investigators executed a search warrant on the Harbor Island home. Police say during the search, marijuana was worth an estimated street value of $22,000. 5 people inside the home, including 2 women and a teen, were taken into custody in connection with the case. Switching gears now, over 750 team members living and working on Royal Caribbean's Coco Key Island destination will have 2 brand new buildings to call their home away from home. The company officially opening and dedicating 2 of its 6 new housing buildings in the Berry Islands Friday today. The state-of-the-art facilities include modern amenities with rooms designed to look like the unique cabin look you would see on any Royal Caribbean ship. President of Royal Caribbean Group Bahamas is Philip Simon.
These facilities are designed to create a more comfortable and supportive environment for our employees, enhancing their day-to-day experience and ensuring they feel valued, inspired, and proud to be a part of the team as we continue building a workplace where everyone can thrive.
This is all a part of a broader $60 million improvement with other amenities planned. The rooms are single occupancy with shared bathrooms, a stark difference to the old housing units where workers shared rooms. We spoke to one of the employees who say it's like nothing they've ever had before.
It feels amazing. First of all, we have our own personal space that we can come home to after a long day of work, entertaining the guests and making sure that they are okay and safe and all aboard. And so we are super excited because we have a space that we can actually come and just digress and really just relax and get ready for the next day.
All right, that's That's amazing. While the public exchange between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority is continuing following a landmark arbitration ruling. In an open letter to the Prime Minister, GBPA's co-chairman Rupert Hayward defended his family's long history in the country, saying he is a Bahamian, rejecting characterizations that his family stands against the sovereignty of the country in Freeport. Hayward also called for greater collaboration between government and the Port Authority for the future of Grand Bahama. In response, Prime Minister Philip Davis said he has never questioned Hayward's nationality, but maintains the core issue is the Port Authority's position on how Freeport should be governed. Davis says the arbitration confirmed that the government retains authority in key areas and that Freeport remains subject to Bahamian law. He added his administration will continue to protect the public interest while working toward a new framework for the future of the city. Now, the full statements from both sides can be found on our social media pages. Still on Grand Bahama, a political question and answer forum held Thursday evening on the island allowed residents to engage directly with political leaders and discuss key national issues. The meeting, designed to encourage open discussion and help citizens become more informed, included the Free National Movement. The event was held at Life Community Church. Organizers say the series will continue next week, with the Coalition of Independents scheduled to hold its forum at the same location on March 19th at 7 p.m. During Thursday night's session, Michael Pintard, leader of the FNM, answered several questions from residents. One issue raised was education for children on the autism spectrum. Pintard acknowledged there are not enough specialized educators and outlined some of the party's plans if elected.
So I'm absolutely committed to working with families who have children that are differently able. So that's one. Secondly, already I am now working with some families, and I want to say just publicly, we'd reached out to Trevor Bridgewater, an architect, to get some assistance as we begin to look at designing a facility that does at least two things. One, creates space for adult children who are on the spectrum, because it is very expensive and taxing on a family, some of which are led by a single female, to take care of that child, because there are very few facilities nationwide that cater to adult children who are facing autism or some other disability.
Pintard was also asked about resources for emergency services in Grand Bahama, including the need for additional fire trucks.
We intend to introduce an independent fire department that is not under the Royal Bahamas Police Force Commissioner's control. You ought to have a director who's in charge of the fire department that does not report to the Commissioner of Police, where, as we have had just recently, where you can have a choice being made between taking scarce resources to get or fix cars versus to fix or purchase a fire truck. So they ought to have their own budget and own team, and they ought to be properly resourced.
Well, nice weather on this Friday evening, just in time for the weekend. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look. Greg, what can you tell us?
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and a happy Friday, everybody. 76 degrees is our current temperature on the outside. Passing clouds, it is still breezy, slightly less wind, east-northeast at 16 miles per hour. It was at 18 yesterday. Feels like temperature is at 75. Satellite radar composite, we have that high pressure ridge still in charge. Not much in terms of any significant clouds or weather moving across us. Some occasional passing showers. Some of those are west of the Grand Bahama area as we speak and west of Andros. Cuba lighting up with some thunderstorms. This regime will remain in place with the breezy conditions continuing through the weekend. So if you have plans for the outdoors as well as boating and beaching, make sure you take the necessary precautions. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your weekend forecast is still to come.
Still to come on our news, students gathered at the University of the Bahamas for a forum marking the second United Nations decade for the people of African descent. The discussion was hosted with several partners. Plus, aspiring actors, singers, dancers, and production artists are being invited to audition for the Creative and Performing Arts School. Organizers say the upcoming auditions offer young creatives an opportunity to sharpen their talents and pursue professional training. And music lovers are heading to Miami Gardens this weekend for the annual Jazz in the Gardens Music Festival in Florida, a major celebration of jazz, R&B, and soul featuring top international performers. That's all coming up when Our News returns.
From the K-9 unit to the precision movement of officers on the parade, to the boys in blue hair on the SWAT team, to the police canteen, to the legal department. Join me, Jasmine Brown, over the next few weeks as I continue my annual Police Month series, where I'll take a look at several divisions within the Royal Bahamas Police Force. You can catch the stories on Our News starting at 7 p.m., as well as log on to the Our News social media pages.
Meet the voices who want your vote. Coming to the RTV lineup, Candidates Catalog, a show that throws political heavyweights and newcomers into headline-grabbing challenges. Join Megan Shepherd as she dissects candidates' promises, pasts, and personas. Candidates Catalog, where strategy collides with conscience. Only on RTV.
Every week, one show drives the national conversation. On the Record. We challenge the issues, ask the tough questions, and dig deeper. We bring in the experts, the decision makers, and the voices that matter. Our discussions shape policy, influence change.
The University of the Bahamas sparking national dialogue to mark the launch of the second United Nations Decade for People of African Descent. On December 17, 2024, the UN General Assembly adopted a resolution that proclaimed the second International Decade for People of African Descent. It began on January 1, 2025 and will end on December 31, 2034. UB, partnering with Equality Bahamas, the Bahamas National Reparations Committee, the Unitarian Universalist Service Committee for the 4-hour forum that was held at their Performance Arts Center on University Drive. Chair of the Reparations Committee, Dr. Nyambi Hall Campbell-Dean, says the theme is Haitian restitution and reparatory justice in the Bahamas and the region.
We began this morning with a most informative session on Haiti, and so many jewels and new insights were provided, and they all reminded us that we must always begin with Haiti.
The forum was attended by international and regional leaders, including members for the UN Permanent Forum for People of African Descent, alongside Bahamian scholars and human rights advocates. Chair of UB's Board of Trustees, Allison Maynard Gibson KC, also delivering remarks this afternoon, calling it an historic occasion.
This is not merely cooperation on paper. It is collective action in service of justice, truth, and historical accountability. As we formally mark the launch of the second United Nations International Decade for People of African Descent, with the participation of members of the United Nations Permanent Forum on the People of African Descent, we affirm that this conversation extends far beyond our shores.
If you're a young creative looking to take your education and training to the next level, CAPAS is looking for you. The Creative and Performance Arts School is hosting auditions next week for its fall semester. Students interested in acting, singing, dancing, and the production arts are all welcome to join. CAPAS Academic Quality and Student Services lead Ashley Knoll says you still have a few days to get ready.
Of course, CAPAS is about those persons that want to actually develop their skills. So if you think that you have a skill, particularly in singing or acting or dancing or the creative arts, you're a writer, or if you may be doing films on your phone or on TikTok, we invite all of those persons, and you will get training in all the other areas where you may be a little bit lacking. So please contact us via email. You can contact us at our email, which is admissions@capasbahamas.com.
The institution, created to offer an alternative tertiary education to creatives locally, concluded its first semester this winter. Officials say it was a huge success. Knoll says they're continuing on with the same high expectations.
Students actually had a showcase in January. I'm sure a lot of people saw it, and so persons were really excited about the work that the students have done. Persons told us that they felt like they were on Broadway, so it was a really big accomplishment to see how well the event went. And it's really about giving students the opportunity to be creative and to show the skills and the talents that they've been honing in on the last year.
Coming up in sports, Coach O and Ole Miss opened the SEC tournament in dominant fashion. Men's basketball move up in the latest FIBA World Rankings, UB Soccer dominates, and your 10YS plays of the week.
From 2017, one show has set the standard for current affairs in the Bahamas, and that's On the Record, one of the longest running current affairs shows on RTV. We've been the place where newsmakers come to talk. We've sat down with leaders in government, cultural icons, industry leaders, and international experts. From breaking news to in-depth analysis, our conversation sets the tone for the nation. We've tackled the biggest issues on the planet, held world leaders accountable, and given voice to the people. From politics to culture, business to the environment, no topic is off limits. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. and again on Sunday at 8:30 p.m. Catch us streaming live on Facebook or catch up with your favorite episodes on our YouTube channel. 9 seasons strong, and we're just getting started. This is On the Record.
Too many suffer in silence, but silence only protects the abuser. Your feelings are real. Your safety matters. It's time to break the silence. If someone is hurting you, speak up. We will listen. We will help. I am Police Constable 4286 Sinead Douglas of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Let us build safety.
Welcome to Our Sports presented by 10th year seniors. I'm John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. A strong first half set the tone for Ole Miss, and they opened the SEC basketball tournament with a win over Auburn. Coach O's 24th ranked squad got off to a fast start and took a 73-57 win over the Tigers. With the win, Ole Miss advances to face one of the top teams in the country tonight, number 5 Vanderbilt, with a trip to the semis on the line. Back on January 30th, Ole Miss pulled off the upset, defeating the Commodores 83-75.
This is a new season. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my mindset. I could care less what happened yesterday. I mean, I'm on today. Today we won, and we went 1-0. You know, fans care about stuff like that. People that are outside care about stuff like that. I don't care about that. You know what I care about? This is our 5th 20 plus win season. This will be our 5th NCAA tournament in a row.
The latest world rankings from FIBA have been released, and the Bahamas men's national team is continuing to climb. The Bahamas has moved up 3 spots in the new rankings to number 49 in the world, marking the first time in program history the country has cracked the top 50. The Bahamas now holds 290.4 ranking points in the updated standings. The move also places the Bahamas 3rd among Caribbean nations, trailing only Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic in the Americas region. The University of the Bahamas men's soccer team continued its dominant run this season, delivering another lopsided performance to remain unbeaten. The Mingos wasted no time taking control of their latest matchup, a 6-0 win over Baja Juniors at the Roscoe Davies soccer field. The Mingos will look to keep that momentum going when they return to the field Sunday to take on United FC. It's March. The madness hasn't quite started yet, but top plays never stops. At number 5, we still have to be in it, fighting the good fight. Long road ahead for DA. At number 4, the coolest thing we've seen in college hoops might be the coolest thing in sports. Dayton Aubrey goes off for 22 points and 4 steals. Had there been the shades. At number 3, World Baseball Classic Bahamians are deep on the Great Britain roster, and this is why. Ian Lewis turns 2. At number 2, staying at the WBC exhibitions, Jazz is previewing what's to come. Great Bahamas is about to show out. And at number 1, it's pretty tough not to put him in top plays, but once Kai Jones puts on a Bahamas jersey, he's dunking everything. That would do it for sports. This is 10 Wires.
Still ahead on our news tonight, music lovers are heading to Miami Gardens this weekend for the annual Jazz in the Gardens Music Festival, a major celebration of jazz, R&B, and soul featuring top international performers. And wondering what the weather will be like this weekend? Greg is back with the answer when our news returns. Stay with us.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come, experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Whether you're battling a chronic condition or offsetting a new injury, Doctors Hospital's comprehensive rehab services offer the help you need now.
Go to doctors.
3 advanced facilities at Collins Avenue, Carmichael Road, and Cable Beach means your personalized plan for care is just a visit away. From physiotherapy to occupational therapy and speech and language pathology, our team approach is all about rebuilding together. For a full list of services, visit doctorshosp.com/rehabilitation. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
The dangers are escalating. Vaping liquid marijuana is on the rise, damaging lungs and increasing stroke risk. And a deadly new trend, lean, cough syrup, soda, and candy, a lethal combination that can cause seizures and even death. Possession means arrest and prosecution. I am Corporal 2641 Rory Fox of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Protect your loved ones. Learn more by visiting our website.
This is our news. Welcome back. High pressure is still in charge. That's going to be the dominant weather feature for us for the rest of the weekend and into early next week. Slightly less winds expected by early next week as that high tends to weaken and pulls out towards the east. In the meantime, it's bringing some moisture across us. We're seeing some few spotty and isolated showers, some just to the west of Grand Bahama and west of Andros as we speak, and a few more approaching the Turks and Caicos Islands from down near San Juan, Puerto Rico. Taking a wider look, that high pressure system will keep all the storm systems well to the north, where you don't expect much in terms of any significant weather across our area. But there's an upper level system that's likely to move into our neck of the woods by Saturday, Sunday time frame. That could increase our chances for some showers during Saturday and Sunday. Future forecast showing nothing much happening across us, just a few occasional showers up near the Grand Bahama area. Then we have some moisture in the Atlantic pulling towards our area through Saturday. And then here we get this moisture pulling up towards the southwest, across our area for Sunday time frame. Boating forecast, not much improvement. Easterly winds at 15 to 20 knots in the northwest and central Bahamas. Caution flag still in place, 4 to 7 foot seas. High tide is at 10 p.m. tonight. The low tide takes place at 4:19 in the morning. Southeast Bahamas, that advisory continues as well. Easterly winds 15 to 25 knots, 4 to 7 foot seas, but up to 9 feet in Atlantic waters. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, we should be pretty nice. This time change should be actually Saturday night, so before you go to bed tomorrow night, make sure you turn your clocks ahead. Daylight savings time comes into place. You lose an hour's sleep, but those beautiful conditions will continue through next week. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night. Have a great weekend, everybody.
All right, thanks so much for that, Greg. Well, dozens of Bahamians have left the country today, and guess why? To attend the highly anticipated Jazz in the Gardens Music Festival in Miami Gardens. But how has the festival remained popular for almost 2 decades? Our Daniel Miller spoke to one of the organizers of the event to get the answer.
City of Miami Gardens, Jazz in the Gardens Music Festival made its debut in 2006. According to reports, it was initially established as a local celebration, but over the past 19 years, it has evolved into one of the most highly anticipated festivals in the United States. Each year, Jazz in the Gardens attracts tens of thousands of music enthusiasts from around the globe to the Hard Rock Stadium. In 2024, the event formed a new partnership with the Black Promoters Collective. The company's chief marketing manager, A. Troy Brown, says their objective was to promote not only unforgettable shows, but also economic development by incorporating a series of events like Poetry in the Gardens and a women's empowerment lunch.
It is bigger than just a concert, right? It's a cultural moment. It's about economic impact. It's about a feel-good week, not just a weekend of events for people in the city, small businesses in the city, vendors in the city, and it drives, a significant amount of what we call heads and beds.
Brown also telling me another key element of the festival's success is remaining relevant.
It is very intentional in terms of how we're curating the lineup for this audience, right? We, from the beginning of the partnership, we recognized that the festival was starting to age up a bit and folks were aging out. So we needed to absolutely help them curate a lineup that would draw the younger audience.
This year's stage will feature Glorilla, Nelly, Ashanti, LMA, Stephanie Mills, the Isley Brothers, among others. With a star-studded lineup, organizers say making sure the event is welcoming to all cultures within the diaspora is key.
Yes, it's R&B, it's hip-hop, but it's Afro beats, it's Caribbean, soca, all those things that we're trying to, create in this melting pot.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much for that, Denny. And thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall-Thomas. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.